And yep, we are live. Um, this is gonna be a while. Hello there. I'm not live. Just okay. Yeah, cause this tier list has 192 characters, and more than half of it is just like different versions of a character that's already here. So yeah, this is gonna be a while. We have classic bet, but that's UAF bet. Classic bet is right here. Spend UAF bet, Omniverse bet, bet 23, bet 10k, bet 10,000, Belkis, and then Serena's. Yep, Serena's right here. Like, this is so many. My god. This is, like, just insane. I guess we just start. First off, this guy. I'll give him a B. I don't really have much. Just actually, wait. Now that I think about it, not yeah. Let me add another tier. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing this. If I don't really have much to say on a character, I'll just put them in the tier I want to put them in and call it a day. It's also insane, by the way, that Adwecha comes right after Adwecha. Acid Breath. Um, I don't know. I'll I'll put him in C tier. Cause like he's really just that not that good of a character to me. Not the biggest fan of Acid Breath. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're gonna start off with Adwecha for before they took the Alpha Room. In which case I'll probably put him in B tier. Same with depowered Adwecha. I guess. Hmm. Shit, which is which? Because I swear that's the Alpha Rune. Yet he doesn't look as menacing as this one. So realistically, this should be the Adwecha that has the Alpha Rune. Whatever. Alan, A tier. He's just a good character. Book. Not quite. Okay. The only one that'll get a rename is S tier, because why not? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. A tier suits him. Albedo S tier. We're not even gonna get into it. Albedo's just like a definitive S tier. I do not care. Andreas, aka one of the 5 Andromeda aliens. I'll put him in B tier. We didn't really see enough of him to warrant anything higher. Though he is a good character. At least from the little bit we did see. Future Animo, I believe. Because this is the... Yeah, Future Animo is the only Animo that looks like this. Okay, in which case, I'll put him in A tier. Devoid A tier. Yeah, well, let's just get the 3 Animos. Real quick. Is Omniverse Animo on here? No, not from the seams, but okay. Damn. Omniverse Animo got shafted. We have all three different versions of Prime Ben. And we only have 3 of the 4 versions of Animo. 5 if you include the reboot. Not if you count, because the reboot Animo is obviously a different version of Animo. So I don't know why I said if you count the reboot, because it has to be counted. Okay, now we get into Orchid. But actually first, Animo is just a good character. Like, that's all I really have to say. Every time Animo appears, it's usually a good episode, or at least decent. Heck, his weakest episode gave us a jury rig. So, I mean... But to be fair, would maybe warrant him being lowered, because jury rig isn't that cool. I like jury rig, but... Let's be real here. Damn, they also gave us all 4 versions of Gwen. Even though there's like 2 other future Gwen designs. Honestly, I should be happy about the less versions of some characters, because that means less images / characters here, which means less characters in the rank, which means less time I have to spend here. I don't think there's ever been a single bad Animo episode. Not from what I can recall. Right, there might be like 1 in the reboot, but I've watched 2 episodes of the reboot so far. And I've technically also watched all of season 1 at some point, but like I'm on a rewatch right now, so I'm not gonna talk about that. Okay, the 2 different versions of Origin are gonna be in 2 separate tiers. Because UAF Origin to me is like a B tier. Omniverse Origin is at least an A. I was gonna say S. At least an A. Plus it's not S tier anymore, it's a goated tier. Real quick though. Yeah, it's a more accurate assortment for A tier. Or assortment isn't the right word. Shit. Okay. You know, the reason for this is UAF. Origit's fine. He's a decent character. In Omniverse, I feel like they flesh out his character a lot more. Right, flesh out might not be the right word. It might also be the fact that I just personally like Omniverse Origin more than UAF. God damn it. Let me... Bro, why? I feel like it might honestly just be personal bias, since I like do like Omniverse Origin more than I like UAF era Origin. But Like that's my reason. Can they stop? My god. Okay. C tier, and then Omniverse Tig probably goes in like B. Like I'd say it's fine, I guess. I don't really have much to say about Atea, other than her design in Omniverse is certainly better than UAF. Like, look at the difference. Like, the difference is pretty insane. Yeah, like, I'd say it's fine. Ooh, Azimuth. Yeah, Lucas is way before Dreeba, hold on. Okay. So, this is UAF, this is Omniverse, this is Classic. And I think they also had Destroy All Aliens Azimuth in here, so let me see. Yeah, if he's on here, I'll get to him eventually. Okay. UAF Azimuth, B tier. Omniverse Azimuth, S tier. Classic Azimuth, he had, like, a few minutes of screen time in Soto. So I'll put him, like, probably below Origin, but above Atea. Yeah. Yeah, this works. Because Azimuth is a good character. There's no denying that. If you think otherwise, then I don't really know what to say. It's Chris Pratt and Cooper. Like, Cooper had one episode in Ultimate Alien, and Chris Pratt was like that is genuinely hilarious. That has nothing to do with Azimuth, but like, still. Real quick, you know the funny thing? I have not watched Alien Swarm in so long, and I would rather keep it that way. I do not like Alien Swarm at all. Race Against Time, however, is a fun movie, and I like it. But Alien Swarm... Also, real quick, there is something I want to complain about. They have Elena from Alien Swarm on here. Yet they do not have Principal White from Race Against Time, and that... Ugh. Principal White is arguably the best character in Race Against Time, I'm not even joking. Like, where is he? Why did you add him? Like, it makes me upset. It makes me slightly upset. But back to Azimuth. He's a good character. Okay, now for the Mechamorph. In all seriousness, Azimuth, like I said, is a good character. Especially in Omniverse. Like, Azimuth had so many more scenes in Omniverse, I feel, than he did anywhere else. And all of... every time Azimuth appeared, great. Like genuinely. Actually, hold on. Do we count the Omniverse flashbacks as classic Azimuth, considering that did take place within the classic time period? So then the Omniverse flashbacks would put this guy up to like A tier. Maybe even go to tier. Yeah, I'll keep him there for now. I can decide on that. Probably at the end. Yeah. Now for the Mechamorph. We don't see him enough to warrant much. Like, I genuinely do not really have an opinion on the Mechamorph. Like, I don't even remember his name if he had one. So I'm just gonna put him in this. Bellicus. Bellicus is the better of the of Bellicus and Serena. I'm just gonna say that right now. Serena's fine. Bellicus is definitely better. I'm gonna put Bellicus in like B tier. Maybe I should just put him in B tier and I can order it at the end, to be honest. Ben 10,000, go to Ben 10K. Like, between B and A. Like, I don't like Ben 10K nearly as much as I like the original Ben 10,000. Like, I do like the Biometrics and the concept of fusing the aliens together. And having it be intentional and not because Ben messed with the Omnitrix too much in that one classic episode. Remember that? I actually don't even remember what episode that was. I can't remember if that was season 2 or 3 as well. If I remember correctly, it was episode 12 of a season between seasons 2 and 4. Or no, it could possibly be season 4 because it was episode 12 of a season, I believe, and season 4 ended with the negative 10. Which is also, I think, where we got introduced to Eye Guy, so that's a thing. That's fun. I don't really have all that much to say about Omniverse Ben 10,000, because I'm just not the biggest fan of them. But Classic Ben 10,000 is the irrefutable GOAT of Ben 10 Classic. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, he is genuinely awesome. And also the first look at what Ben's future could look like. Okay, Ben 23. I definitely like him more than Omniverse Ben 10,000. Probably more than Devoid. I'd argue he's definitely better than Alan. Classic Animal probably is too, but I don't know about these two. Ben 23 is just such a fun character. Like, I'm not even putting him in A tier necessarily because he's a good character, but he's not only good enough, but also fun. So I argue that warrants him being an A tier. Can you believe this is what the entire stream is about? Granted, there is something I want to talk about slightly at the end, and I'm also going to make probably a full video on it. And it does regard Galvin, which updates in 5 days on Thursday. And on Christmas. Gonna mention that again. UAF Era Ben, goated. Omniverse Ben, goated. Classic Ben, goated. All of them. Though there are certain episodes that will make UAF Era Ben not even in the same ballpark as Omniverse and Classic. I'm talking specifically about Duped because I hate that episode so much. The only good thing it has is Ben duplicating himself in a different way than what he normally does with Echo Echo. Like it was such an interesting concept that they introduced that Ben could go into Echo Echo and duplicate himself, then have them all transfer back at the same time, and boom, there's just suddenly 3 Bens. And then that never appeared again. Its only appearance was arguably one of the worst episodes Ben 10 has ever seen. It's actually insane. It's such a tragedy, too, because that's such a cool concept. And they fumbled the bag. I swear to God, I wouldn't be surprised if I made, like, a short or something just ranting about how much I hate Duped. It's such a shame, too, because Duped was right after such a good first episode of Ultimate Alien. Like, I have such beef with that episode. Like, it makes one of my favorite characters of all time look like an asshole. Which, to be fair, he kind of is a lot of the time. Like, post season 2 of Alien Force. But it made him look like so much more of an asshole than he is. And I swear to God, I just have to make like a whole video or short ranting about it. I have to, at some point within my lifetime. And I'm gonna put these two within this team. Bro, hold on, I'm shaking. My God. Because, like, I don't really have much of an opinion on these two. Like, this guy's fine, but again, I don't really have too much of an opinion on him. He had one episode in Classic, and the episode itself was fine. It was okay. But we just didn't get enough of his character for me to really have an opinion on him. Like, Five Alvin, aka the first that we saw of the Andromeda 5. He is going in A tier. Yes. Yeah, okay. This is fine. No, granted, I did say I'm just gonna stop ordering them, and I'll do that at the end. Five Alvin is such a good character, considering how little we saw of him. Like, we definitely saw enough of his character for me to have an opinion on him. Especially with the flashback we got from when we saw Galapagus for the first time. Which, Galapagus, honestly, all of the Andromeda 5, except for, actually, I might actually put Andreas on A tier, now that I think about it. I don't think he's better than UAF Argent though. So if I put Andreas in A tier, I'd have to put this Argent in there as well. Like, just, all of the Andromeda 5 are good characters. Just gonna say that right now. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Granted, I don't think I've ever seen a hater who doesn't like at least one of the Andromeda 5 aliens. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a hater for or any of the Andromeda aliens. Are they just like universally loved? Because I've never encountered a hater for them. Huh. Yeah, let me move them to A tier. Back to Bivalve. I also really like his powers, because Hydrokinesis, no matter how you want to spin it, is really cool, considering how much potential you have with that. Actually, I'm gonna stop now because I feel like I'm gonna go on a tangent about how cool waterbending is in Avatar if I keep talking about the power to control water. So I'm just gonna move on to Blue Kitchen Driba because I don't want this to suddenly turn into me talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Because if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do it in a separate thing. Blue Kitchen Driba are absolutely an A tier. They are omniverse humor done right. I love Blue Kitchen Driba. I would put them in S tier or Gota tier as I renamed it, but they're absolutely A tier. Like absolutely. Like I don't care what anyone says. A tier. Like the best description of them is omniverse humor done right. Now we got Rhomboid Vreedle. Definitely have an opinion on them, so I can't put them in here. Actually, don't even. Actually, like, kind of barely remember who that is. Oh, okay. Speaking of Destroy All Aliens, which I spoke about slightly earlier with searching for Destroy All Aliens aspect, we got Destroy All Aliens, the Destroy All Aliens version of Ben's dad, which we don't really see enough of him. But I mean, it kind of is just Carl in a different art style. So I definitely put him in B tier. Cash. I actually do not know how I feel about JT and Cash. I genuinely don't know. I don't think they can go up in A tier. I think B tier is the max I'd be willing to do for them. Yeah, B tier is fine. One of the actually, I'm pretty sure he just called himself a Forever King. I don't remember much of Return to Forever, which is, I believe, season 4 of Omniverse. I'm on the last 8 episodes right now. He was fine. To be honest, I'd probably put him like C tier. I don't really have much of an opinion on him, but I have enough to not warrant being able to warrant putting him in this tier. Charmcaster. What the just happened with my arm? All 3 versions are A tier for me. They're not S tier though. They're not Gota tier. I don't care. They're just not. Charmcaster just is not good enough for that. Yeah, like they're all. Yeah, they're all A tier. All different versions of Charmcaster. Though UAF Charmcaster is weird. I'm just gonna say that. Sometimes anyway. And like it was like one episode. By the way, the tiers, not anymore anyway. They are not specifically ordered right now, because I am gonna do the ordering at the end, I've decided. I don't even remember who this is. Though, given the background, this is most likely UAF. Because it just kind of looks like the UAF art style. The collector guy from Omniverse. I actually don't know. I'll probably put him in C tier. If we even got one more episode of him showing more of his character, maybe B tier. Actually, yeah, maybe B tier, but right now I'll just put him in C. The Contumelia. Okay. Damn, we're already getting into end of Omniverse territory, then we're going back to UAF and the classic and the UAF game. I kinda appreciate that there is just straight up no order at all. Real quick. Oh, where is she? I need to say something right now. Damn, bro. Hold on. Where is Jennifer? Because I need to say something right now. Like, preferably before I get to her. I will say it uses the version from, like, I'm pretty sure the last episode we saw her. Oh, wait, right here. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a tangent about Jennifer later, probably. Because I do not like Jennifer Nocturne. The Contumelia are maybe B tier. Granted, they do show up for one episode. But they are cool, and I do like the Contumelia. But I don't think I can put them in A tier. To be honest, I think they might be at the lowest point in B tier. Still B tier, but like very low B tier. I don't really have much to say about them. Because there's not really much I can say about them. Other than they're cool because they're the creators of the universe and maybe the creators of the Annihil or Genesis story of Emiagast. I was flexing there. Right there, I was essentially just flexing that I can say it. Granted, that I only learned how to say that like 2 months ago or something like that. Before I was so confused on how Kuro could do that. Then I looked at how it was spelled. And I kind of just picked it up from there. I also listened to Kuro say it a few times. UAF/Alien Force. Because this is from the final arc in Season 2 of Alien Force. Cooper Daniels. Yeah, Cooper Daniels from Alien Force. Cooper Daniels in general is definitely a good character. Just gonna preface that right now. I think the highest I could put Cooper, though, is either C or B. Because he definitely is not worthy of an A tier for me. At least not this version of Cooper. Maybe... Yeah, like, maybe Classic or Ultimate Alien, but... I'll put him in B tier for now. Because Cooper's cool. Especially because it's really funny that Chris Pratt voiced him in that one episode of Ultimate Alien where he looks like this. Like, that will never not be funny to me. Bro goes to Grossford and suddenly just Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt with technopathic abilities. I thought was probably the coolest part of Cooper is the fact that he's a fucking technopath. Technopaths, it's depending on how you write them, are awesome. But again, it really depends on how they are written. Because there are probably some technopaths that are just bad. Like, technopathy itself is cool, but depending on how a character is written, I don't care if they're a technopath, I'm not gonna like them. Depending on how they're written. I'm just gonna put all three of them in B tier for right now, though. Again, ranks are probably gonna change. Like, most of the ranks are probably gonna change at the end. Michael Morningstar, and then you got Darkstar. They're technically speaking two different characters, because the one's called Michael Morningstar, the other is called Darkstar. That's how it works. As Ichibei said, names are everything, so I don't think he said exactly that, but like, I haven't watched Thousand Year Blood War in a bit. It's probably been like a month. I just got on season 3, by the way. Like, Thousand Year Blood War was good. But Michael Morningstar A tier, Darkstar A tier. I can't remember if it was Devin or Devlin. Probably I think it was probably Devlin, but like it's been a while since I've watched this episode, which was I think season 4 episode 10 of Classic. I know it was season 4, but just can't remember the exact episode. Which is also the episode where we saw arguably one of the coolest versions of Kevin 11,000, which, as you can see, we will get to later. Devlin, though, I honestly think he deserves an A tier. Just gonna say that right now. Like, he's definitely good enough for an A tier. Especially considering he literally, despite being the reason his dad was freed, realized that was dumb and like helped put him back where he was. Like we love character growth here. If you don't like character growth, I don't know what to say to you. I don't really have an opinion on this. Actually, I kind of don't even really remember who this is. This might have been Paradox's assistant. Also turned into like a weird creature. Cause time stuff. Damn, Paradox is so far down. Kinda sucks. I could change that, but I mean, yeah. The Daggett. Okay. The Daggett's fine. What I don't like is how he absolutely stomped Ultimate Way Big. My boy did not deserve to just immediately lose. The Ultimate Way Big was able to harm him. And the Daggett is living energy. So, as Kuro himself said in Why Ben 10 Solos Everyone video, Way Big's cosmic beams can hurt living energy. I'd say he's probably B tier. Probably B tier. You know, we haven't encountered a D tier character yet. The lowest I have right now is C tier. Is this like the Dean alien that we saw at the beginning of episode 1 of Alien Force? Like, essentially the only one who we saw talk? I mean, I don't really have an opinion on, like, any of the Dean aliens. So... Driscoll. The Forever King Driscoll. In Classic, he's menacing as hell. In UAF, he is a fraud. Like, bro is so easily defeated. Granted, it was Ultimate Spider Monkey, but still. But considering this is clearly the classic version of him, just off the voice alone, because that voice is awesome. He's definitely a bare minimum of B tier for me. This is the robot assistant Vilgax had at the start of the entire franchise. We saw him for like 5 seconds. Like, this shit ain't even funny anymore. Oh wait. Let me... Here's 6-6. Here's... Okay, so that's 7-7, I think. Where's 9-9? We saw 6-6, we saw 7-7, we saw 8-8. What about 9-9? Or 5-5? And why do they all look so similar? Are they, like, relatives? So many questions. I wonder, though, can you download this? Yeah, save or download. Okay, I'm gonna do that at the end, just so I can, like, send it into my group chat, maybe. I'll Is that my boy Conduit Edwards? I was gonna say Edwards. Conduit Edwards. I do not know how to feel about him. I am not gonna lie. I'll probably put him in C tier. Again, not ordered. I don't necessarily think UAF and Terror is better than Conduit Edwards. I feel like I'm gonna need to say that. Granted, probably would need to say that multiple times, so people could join the share different. Whatever. 7-7. Okay, 7-7 is definitely better than 8-8. But I don't know how much better he is than 8-8. I'm probably just gonna put him in a B tier. Ooh. I don't like Elena. And also, I'm just gonna put Alien Swarm, aka the first time we ever see her, Elena, in don't really have an opinion on, because again, I have not watched Alien Swarm in so long. and again, as I said earlier, I would like to keep it that way. I do not like Alien Swarm. I don't. Like, genuinely, I just... And then... it's probably C tier. Enoch. Okay, now if this is Zelotrix Enoch, either A tier or goated. But it's not. It's the original continuity is I was going to say Xenoc. Enoch. So, I mean, not necessarily the biggest fan. I think he's probably in B tier, but yeah. Okay, Race Against Time Eon is the best Eon. I don't care. I'm putting you in Goated. I do not like how they retcon him from being an alien, a Cronian, to being an alternate Ben Tennyson. That was so unbelievably stupid. I hate it so much. I do. Like, it is such a stupid and unnecessary retcon. I don't even know why they did it. There was no point in doing it. Like, I'm not gonna say that Omniverse and UAF Enoch are bad just because as they retcon him to being an alternate Ben Tennyson. But they're definitely not on even close to the original. Or I guess, considering it's not weird. But it would probably be the best. Well, it was so dumb. That's another thing I have to rant about at some point on this channel. How stupid it was that they retconned Eon into being an alternate Ben Tennyson. Yeah, like, that's two things I have to rant about. Ultimate Alien Episode 2 and the retcon of Eon. Oh no, wait. Esther. Hot take. Esther was arguably better for Ben than Kai was. Because Kai, writing-wise, is not that good. Kai's a fine character. In Omniverse, Classic Kai can go away. I do not like Classic Kai Green. Like, the Omniverse Kai Green is fine. She's an okay character. But I do not like how they try to force the whole Kai is the one Ben is destined to be with. Like, no, fuck that. No. Julie and Esther were better. It's just Ben was horrible to Julie a lot of the time. And Ben is also completely oblivious, as he said himself in Ultimate Alien. I think it was episode 16, The Forge of Creation. But, like, Kai Green as a character is okay. I just do not like how they tried to force the narrative that Ben is destined to be with Kai, because that is so stupid. Like, destiny is bullshit. As proven by Seto Kaiba himself. And also Jaden Yuki. Again, not trying to make this about other franchises, but, like, they did prove Destiny is bullshit. They overcame Destiny multiple times. Remember the Seto Kaiba one? I can't recall another one other than in his duel with Ishizu. I need to rewatch the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Other way, Esther is an A tier. Like, Esther was arguably a better choice than Kai was. She's definitely a much better choice for Ben come Omniverse than she ever was in Classic. I'm pretty sure her original purpose was to just be in... What's the word? A PSA that not all relationships will work out. Because, like, that was essentially the message Gwen said to Ben at the end of, what was it, Season 3, Episode 5, I think is when she was introduced along with the wolf, the Loba, or the Lobo, Loboan, I think it was. Eunice. Eunice, I'd say is a B tier. Like, she's okay. I also don't really have much to say about Yuta, so I'm just gonna move over to Fistrick, who is a bare minimum A tier, but I'd argue he's a goated. Hey, he's definitely the goat of all crime bosses. Most probably the best, like, leader ever. Because he clearly actually cares about his crew. Like, Fistrick is just the goat of villains. Actually, hold on. Don't mind me, just moving Classic Anmo to goated for just because he is. Isn't that is that Gwen's dad? Oh, yeah, it's Will Hurring, aka the J. Jonah Jameson of Ben 10. Ben Tennyson, threat or menace? You decide. Like, that is something J. Jonah Jameson would say. Let's be for real here. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's a story. Destroy all aliens Azimuth. Finally, I found. Damn, I've been live for almost an hour. And I still have so many characters. My god. Ooh, I know where you're going, Zombozo, and I'm not gonna say it. But it ain't a good tier. But I don't really have an opinion on, I assume this is one side, but I could be wrong. But like, I don't really have much of an opinion on him. But I will say, he does seem to be a good dad. So that's nice. Same with Coral, which is Ben's dad. Actually, just for that alone, maybe. No. I forgot her name, but she is one of the circus freaks. Yeah, Acid Breath, and then the other two, I don't remember their name. But I remember their character, mostly. And I'd argue just all of the circus freaks are probably in C tier. Actually, no, hold on. I might as well get the third one. So that's just not ordered, I might as well just... Galapagus, who I believe is the second Andromeda alien we see. Okay, I believe it's Bivalven, Galapagus, Pandora, Andreas, and then Rad. Because I know Rad is the last one, and Bivalven and Galapagus in that order are the first two. But I don't necessarily remember who appeared first between Pandora and Andreas. But I do think that Pandora appeared first. I definitely put Galapagus in A tier. And heck, that flashback where he tricked Agrigor, beautiful. Like, honestly, just the flashback that we saw in Galapagus' episode with the 5 Andromeda aliens was probably one of the best flashbacks in the entire series, and it has quite a few of them. So that's not like saying... Actually, I don't even know what that would be like saying if there weren't many flashbacks. It wouldn't be like saying placing third place in a 4-person race is good. There, I'd say that's a fair comparison, right? Surely. Sir George. I don't really know where I would put him. Probably B tier, to be honest. Because he's definitely a good character, so I don't think I can put him anything below B tier. But I do think B tier is the highest I could put him. Wait, hold on. Another thing about speaking of GT, he's right there. Ooh, I don't remember his name. But he's definitely a decent character. Or at the very least decent enough. I'd argue B tier. I forgot his name. Fuck. Goo guy from Secret of the Omnitrix. Okay, damn it. Okay. There's nothing telling me, so I'm just gonna have to trust the AI on this one, kind of. Because I don't want to make this longer than it has to be. Pluto. Which sounds like Pluto. I actually love this guy. Heck, we don't even hear him speak. I don't think, anyway. He might like be speaking an alien language, though. It's been a while since I watched Secret of the Omnitrix. I gotta watch that again. At some point. Not Alien Swarm, though. Never Alien Swarm. Not sending myself through that torment for a second time. To be honest, I'd argue he's A tier just because he's fucking awesome. But for now, I'll put him with B tier. So again, ranks in order are destined to change. Though we do all know Destiny's bullshit, so. This guy appears in I can't remember the episode. But I was originally thinking that it was that one guy who from Ultimate Alien Episode 1, which I guess it could be. Also don't think it is, because he was like a military general or sergeant or something. And he also sucks. So, go figure, I guess. And bro kept hundreds of aliens down there with no reason other than he thought they could be a threat. He had no reason to believe if they were, but he thought they could be, and he imprisoned them for decades. Like, I genuinely feel so bad for Prisoner 775. I can't remember his name. I guess that could be because we never heard his name, but considering he is his own character, he should be on here, right? Damn, I was hoping the names would pop up so I can remember the name if he is on here. Which, like, again, he should be. He's his own separate character. And oh wait, it's Ragnarok from that one episode. And look, it's Proctor Cervantes. The reason a retcon that literally makes no sense exists. Literally saying that Osmosians don't exist. As if Agrigor was a central villain of one of the biggest arcs Ben 10 has ever seen. like, they really acted as if Agrigor just did exist. And I love how as soon as Kevin said that while him and Ben were driving away, Brad just brought up how dumb that was. Probably one of my favorite moments of Ben in Omniverse. The Big Tick, he appears for one episode and doesn't even have a character. So, can't really have an opinion on him. If we were going by design, though, he'd be like D, maybe C. His design isn't that interesting to me. Okay. To be honest, all Gwens are probably just going to go in A tier, because Gwen is just like a good character. So I'm just going to do that. Though out of all the Gwens, Gwen for most of Classic was probably my least favorite. Just because, I actually don't even know, to be honest. Okay, now Will Haring. I'm gonna put him in Goated against my better interest, because he just is. It's Kellen. Or not Kellen. Wait, what was her name? Helen, right? It was Helen. I said Kellen. Like, Kellen, God damn it, that's, I just remember why I randomly thought Kellen. Bro. I called Helen Kellen. Nah. Ain't no way. I actually can't believe I did that. Okay. Again, all versions of Hex are going in A tier. Though the best version is Omniverse Hex. Fight me, I don't give a fuck. Omniverse Hex is just a really good character. Hey, it's literally the best hybrid general. Or is this the hybrid general from that one episode where he awoke like a great beast on Earth despite the hybrid war being over? Okay, I think this is the one that awoke the beast guy, the alien thing. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember your name again, but I remember you, especially considering you were in Season 6, and it has not been that long since I watched Season 6, so either way, A tier. Professor Hoakstar, A tier. Jennifer Nocturne, D tier. I said I was gonna go on a tangent about Jennifer Nocturne, and I keep my promises, mostly. Jennifer Nocturne is such a bad character. Heck, in her first appearance, she essentially served as plot just to have Ben and Julie have relationship problems that are solved by the end of the episode. Jennifer Nocturne sucks. As far as I remember, she has 2 appearances. One of them, she kind of had no character, and in the second one, she developed Stockholm syndrome. So that's a thing. Like, Jennifer Nocturne is just not an interesting character, and if anyone thinks she is, I don't know how that is a thought someone could have. Like, I genuinely have no idea. Other than, like, she developed Stockholm syndrome. Jennifer Nocturne is a bad character who is mostly badly written. And in her first appearance served for Ben and Julie to have problems. Heck, for most of Ultimate Alien, and maybe even Alien Force Season 3, I felt so bad for Julie, to be honest. Like, my god. Jimmy Jones. Hold on. Quick. I can't think of any reason Jennifer Nocturne exists in the first episode other than that. And also, because Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say, actually. Never mind. Yeah, Jimmy Jones. Probably between B and A, but for right now, I'll probably put him in B tier. I want to say ranks are destined to change again, but to be honest, I might just like put that in the chat as a pin. As pin. Pin message. Boom. Boom. Now I don't have to keep saying it. I said boom twice in a row. What am I doing here? I actually don't even remember you, I'm not gonna lie. JT is probably like in the same boat as Cash. Except also with like, I think slightly more common sense. Julie Yamamoto. One of the only characters I remember the last name of. Other than like all the Tennysons. Probably A. Kai Green and Omniverse is probably getting a B or an A, and then Kai and Classic is getting a C tier at most. Kai Green and Classic is not a good character. Okay then. That is loud.
Yeah, these are still here.
Yeah, I know. Bro. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Kyrie like is just not a good character in the classic series. Like I will say she is definitely much better in Omniverse. Like in Omniverse, she's 1 to 2 tiers higher. Which, if you didn't know, 1 tier higher is 1 infinity higher. That's how it works. That's how it works, cause that's how dimensions work, obviously. And also remember, C-Mode absorbs several infinities to get out of the multi-dimensional labyrinth. And also, C-Mode probably solos your favorite characters. I love Gurlagon a lot. As you can tell. Probably, anyway. Goddamn, bro. B tier's gone so big that I can't even see the images if I want to see the goated tier, unless I grab the image first and then scroll up. Actually crazy. So we got Ken. I'm not gonna say Kenny because all the Levi Ackerman fans will go crazy, including myself. Has a flashback in head. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's also called Kenny. Also only actually called Kenny in Omniverse, because I don't really remember anyone calling him Kenny in Classic. Though again, I have not watched Season 4, Episode 10 in a while. Okay, next up we got Spanners / Kenny Tennyson. And, like, he's also A tier. Mainly because of Spanner. Who? Yeah, I'm not really sure who that is. And also, all versions of Kevin are going and goated. Just gonna say that right now. Okay, next up, I think this is Gwendolyn's brother / Ben's cousin. Well, I can't really remember the name of. I'm pretty sure it was like. Yeah, actually, I just can't remember the name. I was about to say pretty sure it was like Frank or something, but to be honest, I'm probably wrong on that. But I mean, eh. I don't really have much of an opinion on him. I also don't really have much to say about him, so I'm just gonna move to putting every single Kevin in the highest tier possible because they're all that goated. Honestly, even Reboot Kevin would probably go ungoated. Though, again, I've watched 2 episodes of the reboot so far, and it's been probably multiple years since I watched season 1, and that's why I'm currently on a rewatch. Oh yeah, wait, this is the guy I was thinking of earlier, who imprisoned hundreds of aliens for no reason other than thinking they were a threat to they could be a threat to the Earth, also without having any clear evidence that they were a threat to the Earth, and he fucking sucks. Like, I genuinely love the episode Prisoner 775, because that episode is just such a good episode. And honestly, especially for Ben's character and Grandpa Max. If anyone here hasn't seen it yet, anyone who watches this, please watch it. I don't care if you've watched all of Ben 10 up to that point. I don't care if you've never seen Ben 10. Watch that episode. Please. It is so good. It also has, like, again, such a bad character. He's well written for what he's supposed to be, but I still hate him. Which probably means his character works, to be honest. Kyber the Huntsman. Oh, it's crap. Well, this was the absolute version. Because the absolute crap it seems to be a fucking menace to society. But yeah, Kyber. Probably A tier. Kyber's a good antagonist. Like, it's actually such a shame that he essentially kind of, in a way, got himself killed. I say in a way because I don't think he's actually dead. But granted, it's been a while since I watched Season 8, Episode 2 of Omniverse, which is also the last episode I watched of Omniverse. So I gotta get back on, I gotta get back on that. I only have like 8 episodes left. So can I delete this? Remove. Damn it. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay. I have to re-chat it. Hold on. God damn it. And now let me re-pin it. Okay. To be honest, that's all I really have to say about Kyber. Yeah. Crab. Probably like B or C. I'll probably put him in B tier. I don't really have like anything to say about Crab other than his design is really cool. So I'm just gonna leave it at me putting him in B tier and then move on to this guy. I can't remember the name of him, but he's like the main reason Kevin was able to control his power, and also the main reason Ultimate Kevin was going to kill that one guy in the Null Void, which, to be honest, it was absolutely deserved. Like, the Null Void itself is their punishment. This guy's not only trying to make them suffer more, but is also, like, killing people who try to escape instead of recapturing them and just, like, putting them in solitary confinement. Or whatever is the Null Void's version of solitary confinement. I don't fucking know. Yeah, okay. Just had to double check. I had to double check if my mic was unmuted or not, because I kind of forgot. Either way, I don't like that guy. But this guy, like, he's a pretty good character. I'll put him in B tier. I don't think we see nearly enough of him and his character to warrant me putting him in A tier, at least to me, because yeah, like, B tier is the highest I can put him. Oh, holy shit! It's Magister Labyrinth, whose death was like, what's the word? Because I don't want to say tragic, because, like, we literally met him an episode ago when he died. So I don't think he was on screen enough for his death to be considered tragic. I mean, in universe, it absolutely was. And I think it was probably a huge pillar for why Ben started taking things more seriously at the start of Alien Force. I feel like I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, because again, I don't want to say tragic, because it could have been tragic for us. Not to me anyway. I don't really want to generalize the Ben 10 finish, because, like, obviously could have been really sad for someone, but, like, wasn't to me. You helped the Great Tick. Or the Great One, or whatever its name is. I just know its episode name, The Big Tick, which is also where one of the best Ben 10 aliens, at least in the classic continuity, the classic era, debuted, Cannon Bolt. I don't really have an opinion on you, though. Are there the other two? Oh wait, Packmore and Magister Fertility are rather close. Huh. I'm looking for the other two who are helping out the Great One, but I'm not necessarily seeing them. Yeah, I don't think they're on here. Damn, really? We only have this guy? In my opinion, the other two were arguably better, but okay. I cannot wait to get to these things. Okay, there's Tiny. I remember your name, I don't remember the other guy's name, but I definitely remember what he looks like. He has the solid design. Where is he? Because I know I didn't rank him yet. Yeah, he's right here. Let me group them up together real quick. Lord Transil, aka the reason that Ben even has Vlad DNA and has Vampire, who's probably my least favorite alien. Like, I don't even hate him, he's just my least favorite. I don't really remember what I said about Vampire on my Alien tier list video, but like also that was, what was that, like several months ago now? Maybe not several months, but I think it was at least multiple. Yeah, stream 3 months ago. Okay. Like, Lord Transil is fine. Hey, he's definitely better than Ben's version, which is Vampire. That's for sure. Also, Lord Transil is the reason we have the same, but you have great willpower, which means Ben would probably be a Green Lantern. Because I could see like why some people probably think he could be a White Lantern though. Now, White Lantern Ben Tennyson would be really cool. Not gonna lie. Like, other than design, to be honest, there's actually not really that much going for him. I mean, he also has a cool voice. It's like a traditional vampire voice. I actually wonder who voiced Lord Transil. I'm gonna have to look that up after the stream. You know, it has been like almost an hour and a half, but this hasn't taken nearly as long as I thought it would. Because I just don't have as much to say about a lot of these characters. Though I have gone on a slight tangent about some of them. Like Eon and Jennifer Nocturne. And also, like, I will stand by what I said earlier about them making Eon an alternate Ben Tennyson being the dumbest retcon ever. I will stand by that till the day I die. Because it really was the dumbest retcon ever. But I'm going to save a tangent about that for another time. And we're just going to get back to Lacubra. Just going to put you right there. Lucy E-Man. Or Cousin Lucy, as Ben refers to her. Actually, I think Gwen calls her that. I definitely put Omniverse Lucy probably in A tier, and probably Classic Lucy in C tier. I don't think we really saw like it. She had like 3 scenes in the entirety of that episode, which is called Big Fat Alien Wedding, which actually slightly have a gripe with that episode, not because of the episode, but because of a quiz I took a bit ago today. So I don't have a gripe with the episode, I just have a gripe with the episode. Totally didn't just contradict myself just now, y'all. Okay, don't listen to the haters. Maltruant. Absolutely goated. I don't care. I think he was a good and fitting like final villain for the series. And also he gets extra points for being voiced by Mark fucking Hamill. So I mean. Hold on real quick. Yeah, like definitely gets extra points because of that. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I was genuinely kind of surprised to hear that Nocturne was voiced by Mark Hamill. Like, honestly. Okay, now for the next one, he's also going to go to the hot take. Malware is arguably the best villain in the series. Or I don't know if that's really a hot take, but I think it might be. Like, he's also going to go to... I can't justify putting him anywhere below that. Like, writing-wise, Malware is most certainly better than Meltruin. Meltruin has decent writing, but I don't think it's better than Malware's. I'm just gonna say that right now. You know, so far I have a lot more characters in the Goda tier than I thought I would at this point. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like, Maltruin and Malware are two of the best villains in the franchise. And I don't really remember anything about them, but I'm just gonna say this, they're probably most certainly better than the Weatherheads. Granted, I feel like that's not like guaranteed, but also I haven't really seen them in the show. So for all I know, the Weatherheads could be better. Highly doubt it, but it's a slight possibility. Is this really what a Mavrito looked like in UAF? Damn. Or at least that's what I assume. Manny. Probably A tier along with Helen. Mavrito, not the biggest fan. Probably C tier. The only reason I would possibly put her in a higher tier is if I was afraid of her killing me, but she's fictional, so I don't have to worry about that. It's the actual GOAT. The GOAT of Ben 10. Grandpa Max, who is voiced by Paul Eiding, and arguably top 3 best characters in the entire franchise. I say arguably because there are probably a shit ton of people who would not have him in their top 3, which is fine. But also, best characters can be objective. Because, like, you could certainly like a character more than another character, but if that character you don't like more than said character is, like, objectively better rated, you do have to admit that. Like, having a favorite character and having a best character in a show are two completely separate things. Like, I do not think best character is necessarily objective, but sometimes it just straight up is. Like, honestly. Oh, hey, look, it's a Megawatts who we see for, like, a total of 2 episodes. I was about to say one that I immediately remembered. Episode 3 of Omniverse. So... Or, no, wait, they had another one with the episode with Phil, where Ben only got electric aliens because of Phil being there, so... And we also saw the Megawatts in that episode. I'll probably put them at, like, B tier. They're not... The Megawatts themselves are not nearly as good as Buzzshock is. I'm just gonna say that right now. I can't really tell who that is based off the image. So I can't really see much of them. I don't think it's Julie. I'm gonna. I might actually have to make a new tier that just says who. Yeah, hold on. Like, this might be Julie, but I can really tell because I can like barely see them other than the face and like the front portion of the hair. So you actually, I was gonna say where's Phil, then I immediately see you. It's actually upcoming. So there's that. Oh, there's the mummy from season 3, episode 8. I remember the episode. Oh yeah. I mean, we don't really know the character, but like this is my opinion on things. Heck, this tier does only exist because like I don't necessarily have an opinion on these characters, but I definitely have an opinion on this guy, and I'd say he's really cool. So, B tier, Myax, who is probably A tier. Because she was definitely a good character in Secret of the Omnitrix, and I think, don't really remember, but I do think that the only thing we ever saw her in was Soto. Or Secret of the Omnitrix. Gotta remember that the Soda Bro effect exists, and that doesn't stand for Secret of the Omnitrix Bro effect. Oh yeah, it's Gwen's mom. I don't know her name. Like, I don't really have an opinion on them. Is the Destroy of... Is the Destroy All Aliens version of Carl the only one on this tier list? Yeah, we get all 3 versions of Sandra, actually. To be fair, technically, I think there's technically 4 versions. Because while that one episode, which on HBO before it got taken off, was season 4 episode 11, but I think it was like marketed when it came out, which was during the UAF era of things, as a lost episode, and it was essentially like an alternate universe. Which I genuinely thought, by the way, that it was canon until like Kuro or some member of the Ink Tank mentioned that. Oh hey, finally getting to Octagon Friedel. I honestly think both Octagon and Rhomboid are both in B tier. But I would definitely put Rhomboid higher than Octagon just because Rhomboid is a lot more fun. Oh hey, it's that guy who like tried to steal a shit ton of cars made of the valuable materials in that one episode. Which I think was season 6. Either episode 5 or 6. It may have been season 5. Actually, hold on. I can check. Which I'm doing right now. I'm checking right now. Damn, okay. No, it might have been season 5 then. No, it's not. Okay, so it was season 4. Yeah, it was episode 6. Episode 5 and 6 of Omniverse season 4 are kind of weird in the fact that they're essentially the same story told in different perspectives. Cause, okay, This is going into spoilers, for if you haven't seen Omniverse, or at least haven't seen those 2 episodes. Which is Mud is Thicker Than Water and Automotives. Yeah, automotives, like automobile motives. Like auto shops and shit. Yeah, where at the start of season 4, episode 5, Kevin and Rook are going to a car show or shop or whatever on the Tetraman's planet, which I can't remember the name of. And that's the only place they appear in episode 5. Like, we see them start to go there, and then we don't see them again for the episode. But we do see what happens at the car show in episode 6. Like, it's a really interesting pair of episodes because they've never done that before until those 2 episodes in Omniverse. I actually kind of love that they did that. I just saw my boy Pierce right after Phil. Yeah, so this guy is from those 2 pairs of episodes. He's in episode 6, and like the main villain of episode 6, and I think it might have been called Otto. Correct me if I'm wrong, and that might have been like why it was called Automotives, because it was the motives of Otto to steal the cars and sell them. Though I would not be shocked if I was wrong on that. So, hello there, other person, who could be the same person who's joined and then left a couple times. I have no idea. So, I'm probably gonna put him in B tier. Man, there are so many characters I've put in B tier. Jeez. Actually, I'm gonna move you, actually. Damn, wait, we're almost done. Pandor. Okay, so again, like I said earlier, all of the Andromeda 5, at least in my opinion, are A tier. But Pandor especially, because he's really cool. I especially love the fact that Pandor and his species are essentially living radiation who have to stay in a suit, in a heavily armored suit made of a really strong metal for whenever they go off planet, because otherwise they will kill everyone that is around them. Like, I really, really like that concept for like literally no particular reason. Oh. I said 3. Supposed to be 3rd. Oh. The longest name you'll ever see for any tier on a tier list. You know, it's insane how they put, like, 4 different versions of Kevin here. You did put Omniverse Julie. Which, I don't really care that much, I mean, still. Another case of Omniverse humor done right. So I actually don't think he's better than Bluka Jinjurima, so yeah, I'm gonna have him be in the same tier, but just probably lower. Ooh, I think we all know where Paradox is going. Same with Magister Patillidae, because Magister Patillidae is fucking awesome. Not A tier. Paradox is arguably another one of like the best characters in the show. Don't think he can be argued for top 3 best characters in the show though. Especially if you're going with like an objective, say like top 10 best characters in the franchise. Like, he could probably be argued for top 10 best characters in the Ben 10 franchise, but I don't think he can be argued for top 3. Albedo might be able to be argued for top 3 best characters, but also even then I'm not really sure about that. Okay, also now where's Spyro? Wait. Oh my god, wait a minute. It's Australian Ben. Mad Ben is probably one of the best variants / dimensional counterparts. And also Phil goes in A tier. My god, there are so many characters in A and B tier. Or actually, hold on. I'd probably give Classic Phil a B tier. Why do I feel like the reordering of the tiers is gonna be the hardest and longest part of this stream? Cause my god. I feel like this would have been a lot easier if I just ranked my favorite version of the character. Or maybe I could just leave it unordered. Remove. And unpin. Actually, yeah. I'll make a new version. God damn, I'm not trying to... Ranks might be destined to change. I do not know. Pin message. Perfect. Like, I honestly might just leave it unordered. I feel like it'd be more fun that way. Pure Squeals. I'm gonna give up the B tier. Like honestly, I either going in C, D, or this, because I don't know if I even have enough of an opinion on this little shit to put them in an actual tier. No, I don't. Where'd he go? Oh, okay. There's no, I'll just put him in D tier and call it a day. Or it. I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna call it an it. Because that's all they deserve. I'm gonna put him like A, maybe B. But I think for right now I'm gonna go with A for Project Cervantes. You know, I remembered the Project Cervantes arc, the Rooters arc, a lot more fondly than I actually think about it now. Because it's definitely one of the best arcs of Ben 10. But it also gave us another one of the most unnecessary, stupid retcons of the series. Because Kevin, no matter how you want to say it, was never stated to be like a mutant. That's essentially a headcanon fans had because he had no explanation for his powers. Oh, UAF gave us an explanation with him being an alien from a planet called Osmosis 5, aka being an Osmosis. And then they retconned that to him being a mutant for no reason. Like, I don't understand why they did it, just like I don't understand why they retconned Eon into being an alternate Ben Tennyson. It's so stupid. But just because they gave us one of the dumbest retcons of the show doesn't mean he's a bad character. Like, the minimum I'd be willing to do from his B. The max is A, though. Does not belong in GOATed tier. Dr. Psychobos. He is going in GOATed, and I use that term loosely. I lost the accent I was trying to do, like, halfway through. Damn it. Siphon. Or Siphon. Siphon, I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna say Siphon. And if there's someone out there that calls him Siphon, I do not trust you. Just gonna say that right now. Because how would you get Siphon from how it's clearly spelled, which is Siphon? Like, Siphon is a completely different word. Siphon is a name, Siphon is a word that, like, isn't a name. If you name a character Siphon, why? Are you naming them, like, after their power or something? Oh god, what if there was a series that comes out eventually where all the characters are named after their powers and there's just someone who's named Reality Warping? That would actually be insane. It would be hilarious. I can't lie. Okay, now let's get into actually ranking Siphon. Probably like a B or an A tier. I'll probably put him in a B for right now, though. Also, where in the actual fuck are Omniverse and Reboot Vilgax? And I'm saying Reboot Vilgax because I've heard he's like one of the best versions of Vilgax we have. Hey, I've heard that he's the best version of Vilgax since Classic. Which, again, I've watched like 2 episodes of the reboot, so I don't really know if that's true, but I know he's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, so I know I'm gonna at least enjoy his character, bare minimum. I don't think I've seen a single bad character who's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. And also, hold on. This is about Cookie Run Kingdom, which I started playing a bit ago. I didn't know this until I was watching like a video that shows the lore, because I was trying to get like some inspiration for my own thing. Because I did not download like the voiceovers for the cookies because I wanted to like voice them myself. Voice them myself. But Vanilla Cookie, or whatever their name is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. Which is fucking hilarious to me. Like, I was not expecting that. as soon as I heard the voice, I was like, "Is that mother Yuri Lowenthal?" Until I just like looked it up. It turned out to be Yuri Lowenthal. Like this man is in so many things. And Cookie Run Kingdom was the last thing I expected to hear his voice in. I call him Mad Ben. Actually, yeah, because this makes more sense. Damn, hold on. There's a good bit of delay on this stream. Rad. The lowest I'd put Rad is like A tier. Yeah, I honestly don't think he's goated tier. But also, Mad Ben is goated tier because not only is Mad Ben just a really cool Ben 10 dimensional counterpart, he's Australian, which is hilarious because I never thought I'd hear a Ben Tennyson who's Australian. Does Australia even exist in Ben 10? Because I don't think we don't even know if the United States exists in Ben 10. We don't know if the UK exists in Ben 10. We don't know if like any real world places exist in Ben 10. So like where is Mad Ben from? Well, actually, the obvious answer there is Bellwood. Like, who are his parents? Is it still Carl and Sandra, just like a lot different? Is it two completely different people we've never heard of? Like, surely Grandpa Max existed in his life at one point. Surely, right? Well, I would like to believe that. I would like to believe that Mad Ben did not start evil. Especially considering Mad Ben seems to be a Ben who was like brainwashed by Vilgax into being evil. Not like brainwashed in the sense that like they put a helmet on him and brainwashed him that way, but like actually talked him into it. Which I guess wouldn't really be brainwashing. They just convinced him to be evil, but either way, Rad Dudesman. Huh. Okay, Ragnarok. Okay. Is that the, like, red Forever Knight Ninja person from Return to Forever? Because I think it is. But, like, I also can't be entirely sure. Like, it definitely looks, they definitely look like they are, but I'm just gonna go under the assumption that it is, in which case they look cool, but I don't really have like much of an actual opinion on them. Other than they look cool, and they seem to be a really skilled old combatant, that's for sure. Unlike Sir Forever Knight Enoch. Like, I actually don't remember if we saw Enoch really, like, fight that much. Okay, now I'm pretty sure this is the hybrid commander that was, like, stranded on that planet with the pen and all that. In which case, they are goated. Like, he absolutely goes and goated. Hold on. Hybrid commander. Okay, I need to know. Okay, fuck. Neither of them look like this. Bro, what? How am I supposed to know? They look almost identical. Okay, I'm just gonna go under the assumption that this is the guy from like the episode Alone Together, which is probably one of the best episodes in all of Ben 10, where the hybrid commander at the time during the hybrid war. Yeah, I don't remember his actual name. Either way, yeah, him, the hybrid commander, and Ben got stuck on a desert planet called Terra Wusta. I have beef with that planet because of the quiz I slightly said that I did earlier. I have beef with the planet now. I have beef with the whole ass planet. Okay, considering this will most likely fall under classic Azimuth. Actually, no, to be fair, we did see his character more. Hold on, this is more fitting. I honestly do kind of feel like every Azimuth probably does deserve A tier or higher. Oh, yeah, it's Rojo. C tier. Rook. Oh my god. Yes. Or wait, no, it's an A tier. Fuck. Maybe one of the ones does deserve goated. I don't think they all do. I'd say it's probably UAF era or Omniverse era. Yeah, okay. No, what? That's fine. I hate you. I'm gonna put you in D tier just because I do not like your character. I hate you a lot. Okay, Sandra. I'm just gonna put all of them in B tier, and then also put Serena in B tier. My God, that's four lines. That's 11 characters per line, by the way. So that's 44 characters in B tier, 44 characters in A tier. 29 characters in S tier / goated. Or wait, yeah, 'cause 7 plus 4 is 11. Six goes in goated. I don't give a fuck. So it's 30 characters in goated. God, my stomach hurts. Ship. Goated. Sibian, I do not like you. Wait, no, this is 6-6. Fuck. Sorry, wait, was this 8-8 then? Or... Oh yeah, wait, no, it might have been. But then who is this? Shit. Bro, wait, I swear to God, if this is 7-7, It goes down at least one tier. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, this is 8-8. So yeah, she's in like the correct tier. If there's 6-6. Okay, so this is 7-7. So like probably A tier, probably A or B. So I'll put them in B tier. 2-2. Is that who does it? Bro, I don't know who you are, but I know your name now, I guess. I was only just talking about this episode, like a bit ago. My god. Oh, wait a minute, this is one of the other two. Who's like serving the Great One. It's Charmcaster's dad. Or, you know, I'm gonna call it right for a second. It's Hope's dad. Who we see for like 30 seconds. So, yeah, Lieutenant Steele, A tier. Like, easily. It's Nicholas Subliminal. I'm not even joking, I'm on like the last book of The Alchemist. Subliminal is how I pictured The Alchemist and how I will continue to picture The Alchemist. It's how I've pictured him for the entire book, like, except like a much better Subliminal. And it is how I will continue to picture him, like appearance-wise, until the end of time. And even then, I'll still continue to picture him that way. C tier. Oh, I don't care. I don't think he's bad enough to warrant a D tier. Or actually, I might even put you in a C tier. Standing by YouTube being a D tier, though. Yeah, you two deserve D tier. I'm sorry. Sunder. Damn, they don't have Omniverse Sunder? That was actually kind of sad. Yeah, but I mean, UAF Sunder probably still goes like A tier. Oh god, it's Sonny Tennyson. No. No. I don't think you're bad enough to warrant a D tier. But you're still not a good character. Also, I'll actually another thing about, is this the Mad Hatter or something? I don't even know what the Mad Hatter looks like. And the funny thing, I've consumed like a kind of decent amount of DC content, and I still don't know what the Mad Hatter looks like. Is that sad? Agent Swift from the Rooters. Yeah, probably C tier as well. Okay, and now for these three, who I can't remember their superhero team, and I can't remember their names other than Tiny. Because Tiny's like a really easy name to remember, and also because it's kind of ironic, considering she is not Tiny. Yeah, her name is Tiny. But I will say it's probably my favorite out of the three, the brain guy. Heck, especially because I feel like out of all of them, he had the most common sense. Now, granted, he also didn't trust Ben, which is fair considering he was like 10. Okay, hold on. Now we have a full 3 lines of goaded. Okay, so some of the tiers are ordered. Huh. Okay. Look, Tetrax is easily one of the best characters in the franchise. I don't think that's up for debate. Tetrax is such a good character and also looks really cool. Uh, I technically know who